The Black Student Union had discussed and presented demands or recommendations to the university in the fall of '67. And the university basically ignored those recommendations. And so once the assassination occurred, we had a deeper dive into the issues that we were experiencing on the university and created a list of 40 to 50 demands or things that we wanted changed. One of the co-chairs of the BSU, before he came to Stanford, Charles County, he was a political organizer, a community organizer. And he said to our group, all of us, the BSU, that we can't present 40 or 50 demands to the university. The most we can present to them is 10. And so the writing committee that had taken the initial dialogue, we went back and we clustered all those ideas into 10 themes. And those 10 themes became the 10 demands. What we did in a couple of the demands was that we asked the university to admit and support not just Black students, but Asian, Latino, and other ethnic groups. So a couple of our demands speak not only to them making spaces and support available for Black students, but also for the other ethnic groups. So everybody in the BSU was active in some committee and working from the time of the assassination until the convocation where the mic was taken, and then the whole BSU was coming together on a daily basis, sorting all those things out and cross-connecting all the work that was going on. It was determined or decided that we would ask people from East Palo Alto to join us, and a large, maybe 30 to 50 people from East Palo Alto came to the convocation. They set up in the front rows with the Black Student Union, as well as other faculty, as other staff, Black staff on the university. When Lyman began to speak, and we sat there in silence, began to speak, I'm not sure how much time elapsed between the time he started speaking and our action, but we all stood up and then walked up the stairs onto the stage. One of the co-chairs, Ken Washington, reached out his hand and took the mic from the president, not in a violent or a reactionary way, but in a very respectful but determined way. I was given the mic, and I had been chosen to read the demand. So on the day of the convocation, we met, we talked through what our action was going to be. We helped to make arrangements to get the people from East Palo Alto into the audience, and we acted.
Marched down the aisle, took the microphone from the president, not with physical force, but they made known that they had some things to say, and they issued 10 demands that then became grist for several days of discussion and negotiation among primarily Dick Lyman and Herb Packer and Bob Rosenzweig. And in the end, 9 of those demands were accepted. And I remember somebody saying at the time, it was either Dick Lyman or Herb Packer, that Martin Luther King's assassination gave the university an opportunity to do what it knew it should have done anyway. And so there was a sense of purpose in moving forward. An interesting political mix of reactivity and proactivity, which I think had a lot to do with the momentum that the university had when it put these demands into operation. I was involved in one of them in particular, and that was to have a special admissions process for minority students generally. And the president or the provost.
The Black Students Union presented the president with a series of demands on admissions. Basically, they would have created a separate black admissions committee. And I was chair of the committee, and to be honest, I was a faculty power type. And I saw that since my committee had responsibility for undergraduate admissions, that we couldn't duck those things. We had to address them. So I sent a note to Dick saying I thought that was the purview of the committee and not a presidential decision. Well, I didn't put it that way, but and he didn't seem to mind to pass it on to the committee.
I'm sure.
We met with both the Black Students Union, and as I recall, it was a Chicano students throughout the year. I reached two conclusions, or we reached two conclusions. One, it would be a mistake to create a separate minority admissions committee or admissions committees, that we should assess the minority students in the context of the majority students. But the second thing was, I realized what outstanding minority students we had. I mean, the people who were negotiating with me, even though I disagreed with them, were really smart. At the end, we concluded, let's go aggressively for the best minority students that we can get. We are not an institution that's strong on remedial training. Let's go for the best.